Alright, you guys know me. I'm not the kind of guy to complain about Call of Duty or the people that happen to play Call of Duty. But what is seriously wrong with some of you people? Look, this video is about Call of Duty. If this is a franchise you have disassociated yourself from, then I don't know why you're here. If you're sick of COD, you want COD to be dead, you want Activision to be dead, then don't watch videos on Call of Duty, especially videos from me, a fan of Call of Duty. It's just gonna waste your time, and your comment, and you might not care about this, will absolutely waste mine. I'm not trying to avoid criticism when I say that, I just want criticism that matters, and if you genuinely hate the franchise, your criticism doesn't matter. Honestly, criticism about a video game, if you hate it, doesn't work. That's why I only listen to people that clearly seem to love the franchise at its best and criticize it at its worst. There are YouTubers out there that hate Call of Duty, and their fan base hates Call of Duty. They hate what it's become, they hate what it's been, I don't know, but they just don't like it, and that's fine. That content exists over there, those channels exist, that's absolutely fine. It's like a book club, you know? They get around every week or every couple of days to talk about something that they're thinking about. Instead of criticizing literature, it's shitting on an annual video game franchise. But, you know, whatever. To each their own. Call of Duty has made some serious fumbles, and those are always really easy to talk about. But what's harder is the more gray areas of the Call of Duty series, where the design language is right, or the design philosophy is admirable, but it just falls apart in practice to some degree. Like, Modern Warfare is a return to the Modern Warfare 2 Black Ops 1 style Call of Duty game, or the Call of Duty 4 style Call of Duty game, but unfortunately in certain areas where it attempted to innovate, it absolutely fumbled the ball. And that's easy for me to point out that it fumbled, but it's hard for people to disassociate that fumble from the concept of it being a terrible, horrible, not worth your time product. And this all also comes down to personal preference. When YouTubers are talking about Call of Duty, they're talking through their experience, their preference, and their bias. I was actually a co-host on Exclusive Ace's live stream today. It was a lot of fun. We were playing the Vanguard Champion Hill Beta, and it was my most fun with at Alpha. It was my most fun with the Alpha because I had a competent teammate like Ace, who's just better at Call of Duty than I am, especially on PlayStation. But he was saying to his audience that him and I have very different opinions about Modern Warfare, and it's actually not even that black and white. Ace and I don't really have different opinions on Modern Warfare. We have probably all of the same opinions, ideas, and observations. The difference is, they don't bother me. I enjoy the game in spite of the problems I realize, but they absolutely bother him. And that could be because of his skill-based matchmaking, or it's just not his cup of tea, and he has his reasons for that. But we have the same observations, it's just they don't bother me and they bother him. So things are really nuanced and subtle when you're actually talking to people that give a shit about games. It's actually way more subtle, it's way more nuanced, it's way more interesting in my opinion. I've always had a knack for ranting. In my family when I was young, I would go to a friend's house, I'd go hang out somewhere, I'd go to the mall or the movies, and I'd come back with some little anecdote about something I witnessed, or something in the movie, or something, I don't know, it could be anything. And I could sort of tangent about it, like, oh, there was an annoying kid in a grocery store, and they bothered me, and their parents were doing this, and I could tell that type of story in a way that made people laugh. It's sort of that, like, played up anger that is kind of fun for me to let loose and just be like, you know, what's the deal with airline food, and have a sort of Jerry Seinfeld moment, and that's fun for me. Maybe it's just a Jewish thing, I'm not sure. But I love bitching, I love complaining, I love ranting about random things. And it's fun to do that. But there's also the element of criticism that I really find interesting. You know, when I make a video criticizing a video game, you can criticize my video as if it's a product, and in some ways it is. You could donate to it, you could like it, you could dislike it, you could report it, you could share it, you could comment on it, you could even message me on Twitter because of a video I made and try to initiate a conversation about the video and the topic I discussed in the video. This isn't just my opinion getting blurted out, kind of is, but it's in a form of entertainment, if you consider this entertaining. Go read a book or something. But that's not as interesting to me as the average person in a comment section in a live stream chat or on Twitter or on Reddit. You know, I know a lot of those people that are on the internet typing things in comment sections and chats and tweets and whatever, they're very impulsive, and I think social media and these types of platforms really do cater to the impulsive. And I know that to be true. Like, I'll tweet things about a play session I've had in Call of Duty that I'll never make a video out of, because by the time I start making a video about certain things, I realize it's not that big a deal, this is just whining, and I'll scrap the recording altogether. I know that building myself up to be some sort of professional complainer is like winning an award for having the worst breath in the room, but I like to think that my criticisms aren't seeped in hate or a desperation for views, but it's honestly all of my opinions that come out naturally while I'm playing a video game, and, well, some people seem a lot more impulsive. But, Twitter lets me say, wow, Black Ops Cold War eats dog shit, and I can just get away with doing that, and everyone sort of just accepts that as how you use Twitter. But when I see people on Reddit doing this, drawing little red lines on any place that a person could use for cover in Call of Duty Vanguard, I start to wonder, what the hell do you want video games to be? And why are you still here playing Call of Duty if just the inclusion of walls and boxes and windows and door frames is gonna be enough to piss you off? Like, oh, this Call of Duty is going to die because there's cover. Because, back in COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2, and Call of Duty Ghosts, there was no cover, no walls, no barricades, no weird passageways, no spawn traps, no overpowered weapons, no lag. Yeah, sure, honey. Like, when you see an alpha of a really weird new niche game mode that has its own niche maps dedicated towards it, and you go, the game is trash. And yeah, I'm sort of mocking that, because how else am I supposed to read, this game is trash, when that's being commented or typed to somebody making a video on or live streaming the alpha game mode of the new Call of Duty? It's like, you don't know what the game is yet. Like, what do you mean it's trash? Like, did you just have a bad game, or do you have an actual opinion that you're not capable of manifesting into the world in a way that our ears or eyes would like to receive it? I'm confused. Like, why are you buying Call of Duty games or going to Call of Duty live streams or Call of Duty videos to say that every Call of Duty's the same? Do you do the same with The Sims, or Mortal Kombat, or Assassin's Creed, or Halo? Like, what is the comparison game? Like, I get drawing comparisons to build a point, but I don't understand just saying, Call of Duty Vanguard's a reskin of Modern Warfare. Is that in the same way that Pokemon Emerald is just Pokemon Fire Red? Is that kind of reskin? Is that what you're talking about? Because they're in the same franchise and they have the same mechanics and same items and some of the same music. It's the same, right? It's all the same. Like, Mario Odyssey is just Mario Sunshine, right? And Black Ops 3 is just Infinite Warfare. And Battlefront 1 is just Battlefront 2, and Battlefield 3 is just Battlefield 4. I've never gotten this. It's like the lowest common denominator of video game analysis. Yeah, congratulations, the COD game looks like a COD game, and the snozberries taste like snozberries. You nailed it. And now people are freaking out that, like, certain attachments and different descriptions of attachments are not realistic in Call of Duty Vanguard. And it's like, look, man, I am so happy that some Call of Duty games, some video games just get weapons perfect. That is such an added bonus, but gameplay comes first, muchacho. Like, yeah, I think the fact that there's red dot sights in Call of Duty Vanguard, that's really fucking ridiculous to me. I don't understand it at all. But that's such a small issue to me as somebody who's interested in the design of the game and how the game's going to play. I'm not gonna get hung up on what optics are in the game and what optics aren't. That's just tedious. It's tedious for everybody. Like, anybody who's actually interested in how the product is going to play isn't going to care that the Thompson in the game isn't historically or mechanically accurate. It needs to look cool and sound cool. I don't personally like the red dots. I likely won't run them when the game comes out. Not a big deal. Moving on to talk about design, and you have people flipping out because something is not entirely realistic or perfectly detailed, or the sound isn't right, or a sound is reused. Congratulations, welcome to gaming. Details and authenticity is a nice bonus on top of a good game, but it needs to be a good game first. Because ask people that don't like the way Modern Warfare plays if they care about how accurate certain weapons are depicted in the game. They don't care because they don't like playing the video game. So when the game is especially in this stage of alphas and betas and early launch period, who the fuck cares? buying Call of Duty for authenticity is going to become a thing now because Modern Warfare nailed it in like 70% of a lot of its categories when the game launched. It just nailed authenticity and detail and graphics and sound so well, it's just going to be expected. And this is going to get really, really nauseating. That's great that you're a gun guy and you're into that stuff, but it doesn't affect Call of Duty. Like, it's a Twitch arcade shooter. I'm not saying your criticism's invalid, I'm saying, who cares enough to get mad? And I hope it's obvious at this point that I'm not talking about people that are criticizing these elements of the game. It's that people are mad about it. That they're just ranting and raving and bitching about the fact that the game has cover and not everything's just a blank 3-lane slate for everyone to shoot each other on. It's not Shipment, it's not Shoot House. And oh god, you know, Shoot House also has cover in Modern Warfare. You call the fucking fire department. I know that for some Call of Duty players, they're so anal, it just raises their cholesterol to see their enemy hold still for 10 seconds. It absolutely blows their mind if a gun uses an ammo type in the game that it doesn't use in real life. I'm so fucking sorry, but who the fuck cares? It almost feels wrong to pick on people for ranting and raving about Call of Duty, and I just can't put my finger on why. Like, can we get the base stuff out of the way first? I don't want to spend this year reading that this game's just Modern Warfare. Yeah, sure it is. Let me just use my M4 and my AK-47, toss my snapshot grenades, use my underbarrel M203 grenade launcher. Let's just do that, right? Fuck off. Like, it's absolutely not. Your criticism is fucking a pinky deep, if that. You ain't pleasuring anybody with that. Definitely not somebody who gives a shit about actual game design or the future of Call of Duty and how the 6v6 is going to play out in a world of battle royales and stupid gimmicky game modes like Champion Hill. Just because social media platforms promote impulsive behavior doesn't mean you have to muddy the discourse with your shitty fucking lukewarm takes. And yes, that includes bitching about a weapon inaccuracy or a historical inaccuracy and fixating on that until your fucking face is blue. But the main point of this video is stop throwing the baby out with the bathwater. If you don't know what that means, you're not old enough to watch this channel. And you non-native English speakers can also take a hike. And on top of that, stop preemptively throwing out the bathwater at all. There are people that the moment a Call of Duty trailer drops, some people, YouTubers especially, they tip their hand and they start bitching right off the bat, right out of the gate. They are immediately mad at all the mechanics and all the details and the trailers and the footage and how the guns are held and the iron sights and the inaccuracies and the yada yada and the blah blah blah. When it comes down to that, you tip your hand. You let everybody know that you are eager and ready to rant and rave and throw your little hissy fit. It almost feels wrong to pick on people for ranting and raving about Call of Duty, and I just can't put my finger on why. As I've gotten older, I figured out the reason my family and friends liked listening to most of my anecdotes about weird things I saw out in the world or things that I watched or witnessed or heard about. People liked listening to my anecdotes because I didn't go into situations looking to come back with anecdotes. So my criticisms, my complaints, my funny rants and tangents, my played up anger was more fun and it came off more naturally because I didn't always do it. And that's how it should be. Your goal shouldn't be to have something to yell about. Now, if you find something and it truly bothers you, you have a set criteria of what makes something good and bad, and the thing you want to talk about is fitting into one set of criteria and not the other, or vice versa, and you want to talk about it because it's actually bothering you based on the criteria you set for the world outside, then it won't look like you're throwing a goddamn fit. So many of the videos I regret uploading aren't videos that I disagree with the emotion of, but I just don't see the point in uploading it now that I'm older. I don't see the point in so many of my videos. They just seem angry or they just seem impulsive, like they're just a really long version of a tweet. Anyway, with Call of Duty Vanguard, we don't know what it's going to really be like until we get our hands on the beta and the launch of the game. If you're not interested in playing the game, if you're done with Call of Duty, you want to play Halo, you want to play Battlefield, you're not a part of the conversation. And that's not excluding you, you're excluding yourself and then lingering. You're basically being the guy that when your friends are going to a restaurant, they say, hey, do you want anything? And you say no, and then when they come back, you bitch that you're hungry and you didn't get any food and you didn't get anything you wanted, okay? If you're already saying you're gonna go play Battlefield, fuck Call of Duty, I'm gonna go play Halo, I'm gonna go play Splitgate, I'm gonna go do something else, don't bitch when Call of Duty comes out anyway, you little narcissist, and people play it and enjoy it and talk about it and make videos about it. You've already excluded yourself. Don't linger and whine and bitch and moan that you're not partaking in it and it's still there, existing. And if you're genuinely mad about the state of a franchise you do love and you really want the next Call of Duty to be perfect, really think out your ideas. Write them down, create a criteria for yourself as to what makes a good Call of Duty game or a bad Call of Duty game, and act it out through comments and YouTube videos and long Twitter threads and Reddit posts that almost nobody will read. But at least you might be saying something important. You might actually convince somebody you're right. Because just impulsively saying that's shit or that's a reskin, it's embarrassing. You're better than that. Humans have such an amazing capability to use words and terminology and expression to get the change they want. And that change might come years later, but it can still come if you know how to execute your argument properly. Throwing a fit is just annoying for anybody who's actually interested in the future of their favorite product or franchise. And to finally finalize this video, I'm gonna give you guys some homework. I need you to go out and find an FPS game in the last 10 years that launched perfectly. Has to be within the last 10 years, and it has to have launched perfectly. No problems, no issues, no bugs, no patches required. It has to be perfect. Perfect spawns, perfect weapon balance. It could be Halo, it could be Call of Duty, it could be Battlefield. You know what? Last 15 years, let's do that. Last 15 years. Go ahead, go out, find me the perfect game that launched with next to no major changes needed, no bugs that need to be ironed out, no inaccuracies and problematic animations and things that don't make any sense. Please go ahead and point me in the right goddamn direction. Thank you so much for coming out. I'll see you when I see you. Oh, and the homework is a trick assignment. You'll never find it. And if you say that you found something, I'm gonna know you didn't look hard enough for the problems because you probably are biased towards the game. See how this whole thing works? It's not that complicated. This is Captain Condescending signing out. See you when I see you.